Another month of silence surrounding Planetside Arena. The last tweet was from the 4th of March. Is it still Enter the Arena, or is it that game?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fame1 and today we're going to talk again about Planetside Arena. But before we start off, I want to go back to my April Fool's joke, because yes, the title of the video was Planetside Arena cancelled, and like you might know by now, this isn't really the case. 878 people have been rickrolled by the time of this recording by now, and unfortunately 9 people couldn't really appreciate the joke. However, I hit this secret message in the YouTube video. Oh well, not really secret. I wanted actually to gather some information on this, and it was actually meant as a quite serious thing. Unfortunately, my YouTube channel does not have a community tab yet, so I can't do, for example, an easy click poll with you guys on my YouTube channel. I need 1000 subscribers for that, so if you are not subscribed yet to the channel and are not part of the Gentleman's Club, please consider pressing that big red subscribe button down below. Like you might remember, there was a little card in the top right corner that asked the question. I wish the clickbait was true, and you could answer yes, no, or doesn't matter, got rickrolled. Apparently, 50% hoped the clickbait was actually true, so Planetside Arena would have been cancelled. 27% said no, I want to see Planetside Arena be a thing. And then finally, 22% didn't really care. Only 18 people filled out the poll, so I don't know if it's representative for the complete Planetside community, but it does fit in line with the comments I see in my videos. Unfortunately, I couldn't get more responses from you guys because Rick Ashley thought he was more important than the question, but okay. Personally, I do think the hate is unjustified, but I can understand the reasoning behind you guys why you are so against Planetside Arena. Nevertheless guys, before we hit 1000 subs and we get the community tab to do polls and stuff, please let me know in the comments down below what you think about Planetside Arena and explain me why you like it or why you dislike it. I really like to see those comments because often I use them in my videos. And 2 days ago I got a comment from Dranov, or whatever I should pronounce it. He gave me this whole storyline, I will share it with you guys in a minute, about Planetside Arena and how it all came to be. What is the lore around Planetside Arena? I know a lot of you guys say you don't really care about lore, but then again, when I did the video about the factions lately, what is the best faction in Planetside? A lot of you guys were very vocal about your own favourite faction. Was it TR, Vanu, or NC? Secretly, a lot of you guys actually do kind of like the lore. You like to roleplay a bit with your favourite faction. And a big part of the lore about Planetside Arena is that all the factions are gone. I think for many of you guys, that actually is kind of a big thing. No longer can you team kill other blue players. And no longer can you wear the tight spandex. And also you can't be red anymore. I don't really know what's the gimmick with the Terran Republic, so please let me know. Anyway, there has been a lot of silence surrounding Planetside Arena like I said before, but it doesn't mean there's nothing happening. Yesterday there was another update on the Steam launcher for the beta files for the game, so they are still working on it. I only got the feeling the marketing machine has been switched off, so let me at least try to keep the hype up and going a little bit. But okay, enough small talk, let's go to the meat of the subject. Let's have a lore and theory crafting discussion. This is your chance guys to get creative. If we come up with something cool, I might share it with the developer team. But let's start with a story from Dranov. Theory to Planetside Arena. In the year 2866, Nanosystems released robotic operatives, whose husks are controlled remotely. They treat as temporary soldiers with no shortage of unease, as they can never be certain what orders have been given, or who is behind the mask. What follows is the official description of the NS Army. Nanite Systems' main goal is definitely not to make an easy business on the new conglomerate, Terran Republic and the Vanu Sovereignty. No, they want to end Orex's war. For over 200 years now, the factions are fighting for the planet, and they haven't done anything good for the civilians or even tried to get in contact with Earth. So, Nanite Systems has started the NCCU operations to infiltrate all 3 factions, to let them tear themselves apart until the moment where all factions are the weakest, to give the drones a new order.
Destroy the rest of the soldiers and end this useless conflict.
Whilst the drones start to attack, the humanized allies lost most of their NS equipment by being redeployed or destroying itself. Many soldiers ended up stranded or died inside the Sundays, Valkyries and all the other vehicles. Many facilities just crumbled down or redeployed into orbit, just like the first days of the colonization of Araxis back in 2674. Nanite Systems thought they had brought peace to Araxis, but no, they didn't. After the operation ended, they could not stop the drones of attacking every single human on Araxis, and even themselves, because NS was also part of the Araxis war. And so, the drones recoded themselves to prevent syntax errors of them destroying themselves. So did also many systems on Araxis that use NS technology. Now, the last humans are getting forced to fight in a deadly game of killing each other for the sins of the war that was useless. The humans have entered the arena. To be honest, the last part was my own addition, but thank you a lot, Jonah, for your story. The last sentences are, hope you agree with at least something of my theory of Planetside Arena's lore to Planetside 2. If not, then I have already damn good arguments. Just look around. Vehicles, weapons, equipment, facilities, camos, drones, bases, grenades, and most of the rest of all things on Araxis are property of Nanite Systems. This is not a war anymore, this is your death. Hope you liked it. I definitely liked it, I definitely liked it, man. It was good stuff. It was a good story. I've seen some influence from, for example, Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Execute Order 66.
But also a bit of Hunger Games to explain the Battle Royale part. Very cool, man. I really like the ideas behind it. However, one part I do not completely agree with, I think. I do actually think that Nanite Systems would love the war to last longer and longer and longer. They are making such a good profit on this. I mean, they're selling more and more weapons. Why would you, as an arms dealer, want people to stop fighting, to stop buying weapons and stop you making a profit? I definitely think we can come up with something more fitting, I think, for this situation. But I really like the second part of more or less Nanite Systems being an evil corporation. For example, why would they share the resources with all the factions? Why wouldn't they just get all the core shim themselves? I know I've got some very talented animators in this community. I would love to see a bit of animation for this story, because I think such things are missing right now and are missing in the future of Planetside Arena, because the lore team is rather limited. For Planetside 2 though, I have to say this. Not that long ago, somebody tweeted or posted somewhere on the forums that they were going to also be thinking more about the lore of Planetside. I am not expecting something similar to what Star Citizen is doing, because they are creating a complete universe. Every planet has their own bit of lore, which is freaking cool in my opinion. But at least a bit to explain the war, to at least say it's a bit more than what we know right now. The only thing right now is about Planetside Arena, and I will, just for you guys that don't know it yet, Planetside Arena is 30 years after the war ended on Araxis, so the fight is over between NC, TR and Vanu, so there's no war anymore, but still we're fighting on the planet, and this time also in the Battle Royale mode. Also cool to notice that when you start a game of Planetside Arena, you drop from the Bastion fleet carriers. As far as I know, there is no lore about the Bastion fleet carriers. But please, if somebody knows something about it, let me know in the comments down below. But the Bastion fleet carriers are something so cool. What is their part in the war? The Bastion fleet carriers show up when a continent has been won by one of the factions, but also they are being used to drop down, like I said before, with the drop pods. Are the Bastion fleet carriers also property of the Nanite Systems? Planetside Arena, guys, is probably still a long time from now. Summer of 2019, I still think it will be something like September, maybe August, nothing soon. But about the lore we've seen today, the Nanite Systems one, we're going to see pretty soon. When their X11 is going to launch on the live server, it is also going to bring the NS Ops, also known as the Nanite Systems Operatives. They are a neutral third party, and they are fighting for the faction with the lowest amount of soldiers. Again, to me personally, this is another sign that the Nanite Systems wants the war to continue as long as possible. As long as they keep the fight even by adding their own robots, that might mean that the fight will continue longer and longer and longer. If they would side with one team, the other team would just get crushed. However, war over would also mean profit over. But I think I'm diving way too deep into this. I think it's sometimes cool to talk about things like this. But I don't know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you think about this video, about the concept, and if you want to see more about this. And also, of course, what your own suggestions are for the lore of Planetside Arena. But then again, guys, I am Faber1, and I will see you soon with some more content.